Podcast. Me and Chris here to talk to you about HCW, what we thought of Ground Zero, Collision, Fusion. We're going to get our thoughts for the next few minutes about what transpired. Say hello, Chris.
Hey guys.
Hey, right. So, we started with the pre-show, Ground Zero pre-show. No matches on the pre-show, which was, a shame, but we had a lot of people on the main card. I think we had, what was it, 2 8-man matches? I think we had 2 8-man matches, a few tags. So,
We also
yeah.
had a 3-on-3.
Yeah.
The majority of the roster made it onto the card, luckily.
Yes, that did, yeah. The majority did. So, speaking of the main show, we started with the Americans with the Shield.
What a great match that was.
It was fantastic. Who, before the match, needed the win more for you? Who needed it more to start off with?
I don't know if really either one of them needed it more than the other. I just think it being the first meeting, they both needed it equally to set themselves apart as the top stable.
Yeah, they had the top two on
If I had
Collision.
to pick one though, I would definitely say the Shield needed the win more because they're the newer group. The Un-Americans have been around, they proved their dominance, they know what they're doing.
You say that
The Shield know what they're doing, but they're still relatively new, so I think they might
they're
have needed more.
new, but Rangers been around in a capacity for some time. Same with Rollins. Okay, they're new as a group, but I think the Un-Americans, yeah, they've been dominant, but I think they've not really, on a pay-per-view, they've been, on pay-per-views, they've been poor for them. The record has been poor. Uh, I'm thinking back to them facing DiBiase and Cena way back when, and I remember them winning that, but I'm struggling to remember many Un-American wins on pay-per-views. Un-Americans on Collision, great record, but pay-per-views, so that's why I would say the Un-Americans needed it, but the Un-Americans got it. Dean on Ambrose, was it?
Yes, I believe Christian three finishers.
Yeah,
And
yeah, thanks to the
I,
distraction.
very impressive performance by Ambrose.
Yes, and he kicked out all that. But then following on from that classic 40-minute and 58-second match, we had not a classic bout by any stretch of the imagination,
Oh no.
because we had Vader versus Tori Wilson.
I really went in there thinking Tori had a chance because of the success the beautiful people had, but Vader quickly crushed any hopes that Tori Wilson had of becoming somebody in
Yeah,
HCW.
didn't take even a powerbomb or a choke slam or a moonsault, did it? I mean, a reverse elbow, bog standard move. Um,
Yeah, pretty standard.
yeah, and the poor man that had to write that match, me, had to try and make it look dominant on Vader's part, but not to Tori Wilson totally. But, you know, I mean, a reverse elbow after 2 minutes and 26 seconds isn't a global title match for the ages for me. But,
Not exactly quite limited to the hype of the global title. I'll admit that.
I mean, yeah. So, Vade's got something going on with Wilson, with Hogan, so things are looking up maybe. But yeah, that's a quickly forgettable display by Wilson, I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mentioning that in a positive manner anytime soon. But
No, not unless you're Vader.
yeah, for Vader it was a routine victory, I would say. Really.
I got a question. What do you think about Vader recently saying that he's the greatest global champion of all time?
Well, that is an interesting question. That well, right, I've paused it there because Obviously, that was our 5 minutes. That's the greatest global champion of all time. My in-character thoughts of that with Ziggler, and my out-of-character thoughts as well, but I don't think Awesome's saying that because he out-of-character believes it. Maybe he does, but there's been better global champions at the minute. Lesnar's held it, 5 times? Ziggler 3, Big Show 3. Yeah. So he's got the potential, the way he's destroyed Wilson like that.
I think he really needs a real challenge. I don't think anybody's really put up a real fight against Vader other than his first when he won the title against Big Show. I think he needs another big challenge to really prove that he's a worthy champion.
I mean, with Virtual be edge to get there, and in some cases Virtual was challenged, but it's inconsistent at best. Yeah. What's after that?
I do not have a computer in front of me.
Oh.
Give me just a second.
Was it Synergy? No, it can't be Synergy.
The tag titles? Well, I mean, we could go to that. We pretty much know the whole card. I guess we don't have to go in order.
Yeah, I suppose Synergy, NWO for the Invasion. For me, an absolutely massive win for the Invasion.
Oh, it's a very big win. I mean, it was Cena and The Rock.
Yeah.
And in terms of star power, it doesn't really get much bigger than Cena and The Rock.
No. Virtual and Williams, two respected wrestlers in HCW, but are they really the same and not standard? No, but pulled out the bag.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. They're still the tag team champions, and the NWO are now on the outside looking in.
Yeah, and going back to the previous question we had, the Invasion needed a hell of a lot more than the World Order did.
Oh, definitely. The Invasion needed this to prove themselves that even with the NWO's experience, and maybe star power, the British Invasion still have it in unity.
Yes. I think we can now safely say that the Invasion of the Awesome Truth, beautiful people, now the NWO, bring on any challenge?
I mean, I think there's definitely some challenges left. I mean, there's always some solid tag teams. The Shield, I mean, even though their allies currently, the Un-Americans, could be a good threat to the British Invasion. There are a lot of people.
There's a
lot of good tag teams on the roster.
The Wolfpack are over on Collision as well, gaining a win over the Un-Americans on Collision, which we'll get to, I'm sure, but the new Wolfpack, some new blood in
and the Wolfpack's gaining in size too lately.
Yeah, Kofi Kingston, who is improving, top goals appearance, a good Battle Royal, a winning Battle Royal performance, and pinning either Jericho or Christian, I can't remember, we'll get to that as I say, but it's, Wolfpack's again gaining in status. The Wyatts are still there, still dangerous.
Oh yeah, the Wyatts have a win over the Shield and I believe a win over the Un-Americans.
Win over the New World Order before the draft. Just a win over the New World Order in the draft. So yeah, the Invasion have got the key. Keep the guard up. But, okay, next we should go to the ladder match.
Ooh. Very great ladder match, I thought. A lot of participants, so a lot of great spots happened in the match.
Yeah, expertly written by Spirit, I believe. Ambrose, who would have thought it?
Yeah, I was really surprised to see Ambrose come away with it. I'm happy, obviously, but very surprised nonetheless.
Very surprised after he's took that off Christian, and I know the Sim certainly does take the previous match into account. That's what makes, of course, Scott Steiner's 3 wins in one night of AEW so special, because the Sim takes it into account that he's had previous matches. And so and again, I think Ambrose can welcome any challenge that he may get. in the near future. Happy with Ambrose's win there. Big win for
Yeah,
Ambrose to make up himself pinned. And then we go to the rivalry match, non-title, Ziggler Mark Henry. Oh man, that was.
Must have been a little bitter reading that result, huh?
Yeah, double count out.
Not very common. Not very common.
Not very common at all. No, I'm struggling to recall one in the last couple of years. I think I remember a pay-per-view bout between the New World Order and the Nation of Violence ending in a double count out, but I'm struggling. I'm really struggling to remember the double count out, but you know, it happened. Ziggler didn't lose face. Henry kept strong, and that led to a big match on Collision, which obviously we'll get to again. What was next? Matt Morgan v Daniel Bryan. We don't need to go into that, I don't think.
Oh, we don't need to talk about Matt Morgan. He lost, right? Matt Morgan lost to Daniel Bryan.
He didn't win. He didn't beat Daniel Bryan in a TLC.
No.
Yeah.
I know. You're probably more heartbroken about that than anything, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I thought that might be mentioned. Yeah, wasn't happy. Morgan, he isn't the best.
Luckily, Morgan had that rematch though, right? So I'm sure he'll win, but we'll get to that later when we get to that. But
You're a funny man.
Morgan gets his rematch. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll mention that. You're a funny man, Chris. Oh, what was after that? Oh, how many have we mentioned? 6? The 5 title matches. Oh no, 4 title matches and 2. Yeah.
What?
Oh, I'm struggling to remember what happened, what the 7th match was before Pot Gold.
I do remember Bret Hart vs. Davey Boy.
That was the one. You would remember that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my success with Davey Boy was not very successful.
Limited to a pinfall victory over Jeff Hardy, and on the winning side with Paul Burchill. I've had successful goals with people I thought would be good, like Colt Cabana, 0 and 4, you know. So
Yeah.
things like that then. Bret Hart, fair play to him, well done, you know. Won an output match, he won it for the NWO.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess I could have saw it coming. It was a I Quit match with Bret Hart, but oh well.
Yeah.
The invasion will find somebody to replace Davey Boy. I'm not worried about it.
No, sorry to laugh.
Huh?
Who would have thought the winner of the pot of gold would be the
Oh
champion?
man.
You must have been nervous. You must have been thinking this is the end.
Of course, I did not think Cody was going to retain his title against that many other people
Yeah,
inside a pot of gold match.
you say that though, but the past 2 pot of golds have been 10 men, okay? And those 10 men have always been the top 10 in HCW of sort of. We had a few people that were unlikely people to be in a Universal title match.
Yeah, Kingston for one.
Wade Barrett, Kofi Kingston, you know, Batista came from nowhere, got a spot.
Yeah,
Magnus beat the Big Show.
that was quite the mix of talent. Shane Douglas was in there, who is now
Yeah,
we'll get to that when we get there.
we were.
But whatever. I'm sure everybody's read what happened.
Yeah, Ground Zero Collision.
So we're on Collision now?
Yeah, Cody Rhodes
Alright.
v Ted DiBiase sort of segment, well written by Rusev.
What?
Rhodes Ted DiBiase Jr. segment, well written by you.
Oh yes, written by me, of course. Both my guys. Kind of awesome to have Ted DiBiase Jr. back.
Yeah, Kobe. And then Sean comes down and ruins the whole thing.
Yes, Sean and Junior have quite the history together, so I'm
Yeah,
sure Sean wanted to know why Junior was here and was very shocked to find out that he was CEO.
yeah.
Like I'm sure everybody else was. But
I was pretty, yeah. It was, and then more issues with the Wolfpack involved. Interesting to see what might occur.
hmm
But then we go to the Wolfpack and Sheamus and Jericho. Uh, Again, Kofi and Jericho, bit of a shock result for you, Chris.
what was that?
Bit of a shock result, Kofi and Jericho.
Oh yeah, very surprised. Was not expecting the Wolfpack to beat the Un-Americans. That was my prediction for the prediction contest, anyways.
Yeah,
I expected the Shield to get the win, but not the other way around.
yeah,
Very happy for the Wolfpack. I guess it makes them possible title contenders, knocking off one of a team of the Un-Americans caliber, but it could have just been a fluke.
could be.
Although
Don't,
Kofi did get himself into the Universal title match, so maybe it wasn't a fluke.
maybe, yeah. Um,
Maybe Kofi Kingston's turning things around now.
yeah, the industry was very interesting. But Kofi, he's changing his mind. He wants to be Wolfpack now. Fair enough. Let him see what happens.
Did it surprise you to see Kofi join the Wolfpack?
Kofi, you know, well, yeah, it did. To be honest, you know, I could see it coming, but I didn't surprise me initially. But then as the
Yeah.
weeks built up, the initiation didn't surprise me. But when I thought Kofi in the World Cup, okay, you know, fair enough. Surprised me, but anyway, Stone Cold versus Buddy Rogers. Buddy
Yeah.
Rogers.
Um, Good to see Buddy Rogers in HCW. Surprised to see him beat Stone Cold Steve Austin at that. That's a pretty impressive win.
Especially by uh, submission.
Yeah, at that, right? Stone Cold's
Big
not winning
four.
about too often, so
Yeah,
big win. Maybe maybe a future title shot if you can keep it up, right?
yeah, yeah. But no reason why not. Speaking of titles, Daniel Bryan versus, oh god, we're not going on about that.
Oh man, in the rematch, and Daniel Bryan overcame the odds, and you beat the Giant. But it seems like Matt Morgan's not really done with this, or you don't seem very like you're finished with Daniel Bryan.
I think the obviously out of character frustrations, but despite Bryan being on top, he's still 2-2. Does
Yeah.
does does Morgan deserve a rematch? Probably not, but should there be another non-title match? Maybe. And then see how it goes.
Yeah, good point.
Morgan never meant anything. He was a stick again. Morgan was always supposed to be a filler guy.
Huh.
So, yeah. And then we go on to the next match. Uh, in American with Shield. Again, the Shield winning.
Yeah. The
Uh,
Shield definitely needed the win after losing on pay per view this time.
the,
So lucky they picked it up.
Coming to the end of 5 minutes here. They did that and did the DQ win, but still a victory. Still a victory.
Yes.
And
Mm.
then Edge on Collision, what was saying?
Edge to Collision. I was very surprised to see Edge move to Collision.
Yeah, makes
Kind of
me
seemed kind of seemed a little out of left field, but oh well.
we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see someone from Collision go to Fusion. Who knows?
Should be interesting to see the match that was announced, Edge versus Christian.
Yeah,
at Champion's Glory.
Christian seems reluctant, but he's gonna
Yeah, but how often do you want to fight your brother?
the fight brother probably always win. Especially if it was like me. But I see your point. Cody versus Michaels,
Great match.
1.5 star.
Yeah, it was a very, very good match.
Yeah,
Surprised to see the outcome. Not because Sean's not somebody who could beat a Universal Champion, but after surviving pot of gold, then he loses to Shawn Michaels. So
but forgive me for this, but to me, Cody Rhodes' record in non-title matches is atrocious.
what was that?
But Cody Rhodes' record in non-title matches isn't brilliant.
Yeah, he's not exactly good when his title's not on the line. When he won the title, he actually didn't win his first 4 matches, and then somehow defended his title at the pay-per-view. So beat Kurt Angle 2-0 in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
It was very good, yeah. And
I
then
guess when the belt's on the line, that's the only time it matters, right?
it is, but he's going to create more problems for himself with losing his non-title matches.
Yeah, I agree. Make him look like a really weak champion.
And then,
It's like WWE style booking.
yeah, Dolph Ziggler versus Mark Henry.
And the rematch,
The rematch, the main event.
very good match, I gotta say.
Yeah, I was happy that Ziggler pulled in a fight because I think
Ziggler definitely needed the win.
Henry didn't.
Henry did not need the win. And now it appears Henry is taking time off.
Spirit picked him up, which is any bloke that's any man that Spirit picks up is obviously going to turn into, dark, mysterious, which is very good for doing Spirit.
Yes.
Interested to see what Henry does. But yeah, Ziggler wins in 20 minutes. Henry and Hogan and Foley seemed a bit annoyed by that. But yeah, adds more fuel to the fire for the Ziggler Foley ongoing problems.
Yeah, I gotta like the ongoing tension between Ziggler and Foley. It's making for
Yeah,
some pretty entertaining stuff.
it is. And now we go to Fusion.
I'm definitely hoping for a big payoff for Ziggler and Foley.
Yeah,
I don't care what the board of directors has to say. That
it
new match needs to happen. Maybe not now,
does
but it
need
needs to
to.
happen.
Yeah, it's been in some capacity. It's been happening for about a year and a half. So I think it needs to happen. It needs to happen at some point whenever it is, but it needs to happen for me. Are we ready to go on Fusion?
You want to move on to Fusion?
If that's okay with you,
Yeah, that's fine with me. I have it right here.
I will wait out the last 10 seconds of the 5 minutes
All right.
just to explain to people we have to film this in, well, we have to record this in 5 minutes, which is a bit annoying. But I'm not paying for it, so yeah, first things first, the firing of Davey Boy Smith.
What?
The firing of Davey Boy Smith, which was filled out by Regal. Regal told Smith, you lose, you're fired.
Uh,
It was
yeah.
Regal's choice, and Regal followed up. Public humiliation of Smith. It's a long time since the invasion had beat someone up like that, but it was warranted for Davey Boy. Yeah. So, and then the Regal and Hogan debate. happened. Regal obviously annoyed at Hogan. Hogan making do. But what did you think of the whole debate? Yes. Yes. Can you hear me better now?
A little better.
What did you
Just a
think
little.
of Hogan Regal debate?
I mean, tensions are really brewing between the Invasion and Hulk Hogan, and honestly, all of HCW. British
Yeah.
Invasion have been here for a while, getting under people's skins and have championships and win big matches. So, um,
And Hogan seemed a bit upset about
oh yeah,
Regal doing all that with Smith.
yeah. I mean, Hulk Hogan, super face has to be the good guy, but I don't know. Regal had to do what he had to do, and Regal's trying to change HCW. So things are, of course, there's going to be a big conflict there. I just want to see what's going to happen, honestly.
Even for myself, who's obviously heavily involved in that, looking to see how things unfold as well. There's no point heavily planning things. It's best for me to see how things pass over.
Yeah.
But then we go to 8 o'clock.
Yes, and the first match was Bret Hart and Wade Barrett.
Barrett wanting to avenge for the invasion.
Yeah, and he got it. He beat Bret Hart. I mean, it
Yeah,
took quite a while though, considering I thought Bret would be pretty worn out. 25
well,
minutes, 42 seconds is not a very good time in a beat the clock challenge.
no, and what you said, that was worn out, but so was Wade doing pot goal. But
Yeah, Barrett wasn't pot of gold, but he was also underneath the cage pretty much
yeah,
last 10 minutes of the match.
so the base landed it in the end. Set a
Yes,
time of
with a win.
25:42, and the next match, oh wow,
Vader and The Rock. Next
in the
match.
time at 25 minutes and 43 seconds. Wow.
Just 1 second short. 1 second short.
And perhaps Pat could answer this for us if he's listening, but as far as I'm aware, the simulator doesn't take into account that it was a beat the clock.
Um, I don't think it knows that it's a beat the clock. I think he just takes the time standardly
Yeah,
and then applies them, which, wow, 1 second. That is just, ouch.
like Dan Heenan getting in there.
If he would have been 1 second sooner, he would have only tied. So
Yeah,
would it be two number one contenders? Will they face each other next week? Either way, I guess it doesn't matter because although The Rock won, it was just 1 second too late, and Wade Barrett still holds the best time.
but then we go to a non-beat the clock match.
Yeah, we had a non beat the clock match in Bo Dallas versus John Cena. Bo Dallas still relatively new to HCW.
Yeah,
Got to
and
figure John Cena was the favorite here,
it showed.
and of course he won 1742 with the AA. For Sean O'Hare.
Yeah, I'd have put Magnus as the favourite before this.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was definitely a good matchup. Two future main eventers, two guys who can definitely be the future of HCW. Sean
Magnus,
O'Hare being
Magnus
under
only
Triple H's
27.
tutelage, and
Yeah,
Magnus obviously being the guy in
yeah.
the British Invasion. So
He seems to be the go-to guy for Bobby Wilson and Regal. Uh, he won. He won by submission.
yes,
Undercut
he
his
did.
teammates' time by over a minute.
Yes, any tension possibly there? They were both in the pot of gold match together, and there was tension. And now I don't know. Magnus beats his time by just like under a minute. I could
Yeah,
see Barrett being a little pissed, but oh well. Barrett now
It's not as
No
bad as it
longer
would
holds the
have been.
time.
It's not as bad
Possible
as it would have
ascension.
been. If Douglas didn't beat the time, I think they'd be doing worse. If Magnus was the one to stop Barrett winning, then it would have been a bit worse, but as it was Douglas, I think. Douglas
Yeah.
winning in what, 21-15, isn't it? 21-46. And
So what
then,
about Virgil versus Shane Douglas in a beat the clock match?
yeah, 21-46 was the winning time. Douglas, he's beat Virgil before. I expected him to beat Virgil again, but again, that's close. Only 2 minutes off Barrett's time, Magnus's time. Or 3 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, I would think I was a little surprised to see Douglas pull the win over Birchall, but Shane Douglas has done some great things in HCW, so
he's just missing that one big thing.
yeah, gotta say that's all he really is missing. When he gets that, he's done it all.
He has ready to have one of the most dangerous threats to HCW International Champion. That first road, so. And then we go to
Next match was Tori Wilson and Mr. Kennedy.
no reverse elbow, 2.5 minute finish here. But again, an expected winner.
Yeah, I mean, Tori, I think, had a lot to prove in this match. She lost, literally, like you just said, in no time to a back elbow of all moves.
Yeah,
I think she needed to not go less than like a minute this time.
yeah,
And she pushed Kennedy. They went 16 minutes, apparently.
yeah.
But I didn't think there was a chance in hell Kennedy was losing this match. He's a legend in HCW. Held pretty much every title you can hold. I mean, had to be Mr. Kennedy.
Sean's had him for a while. Sean is one of the 5 that are the HCW Grand Slam champions. Yeah, I think of that. So, yeah. And then where do we go after that? Big Show.
After that, I think we have our main event. It was Big Show versus Great Muta in a Beat the Clock challenge.
And
I thought Muta had Big Show's number.
he did.
I think Muta has Big Show's number. What about you?
He's certainly found a way to get under Big Show's skin. They've got one win each and a draw.
Yep. I mean,
Big Show beat Muta. Muta said none of that right hand, not that punch.
so what do you think? Number 1 contender Shane Douglas versus Cody Rhodes. What do you think?
Obviously, I'm gutted for the invasion for us to come second and third, but for Shane, it's a story. It's a good story. I think he come out against Rhodes, well done to him. But this is coming to the end of 5 minutes here.
Alright.
Then.
Just tell me.
I don't see Rhodes as the underdog. I see Douglas as the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, not only do I not see Cody as the underdog, he gets to choose the match he's going in there as, and
Yeah.
I don't. What match do you think would favor Cody Rhodes?
He's quicker than Douglas.
Do you think in a ladder match?
Ladder, maybe ladder, but Rhodes could pull out the old Rhodes used as a submission hold, the figure 4 to good effect. He got a few good wins with that.
Yeah, I believe he could probably win with either one.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those matches, but not saying that Shane Douglas couldn't pull out the win. Shane Douglas pulls out big wins all the time.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be an interesting match. Looking forward to what Cody's gonna choose to be his match against Shane Douglas.
How do you mean you can fold it? You're choosing it.
Huh?
You're choosing it. How can you be looking forward? Well, you're looking forward to selecting one.
Because I'm looking forward to posting my announcement, Sam.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
yeah,
I get to choose it.
yeah. I mean, this is the first time to my knowledge that I would have Rhodes starting as the favourite. You know, Taz beaten before would have gone in the favourite. Cesaro beaten before would have gone in as the favourite. Steiner cashing in Money in the Bank would have had him as the favourite.
And Taz.
And yeah, and Taz,
Taz right before he beat Steiner with the Money in the Bank.
yeah. And then you wouldn't have had Rhodes as the favourite in the pot of gold.
Oh, there was no chance in Pot of Gold, and he did it there too. He's
Yeah,
proven he's no longer the underdog.
so it's going to be interesting to see what you do with Rhodes as the third.
Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting because there'll be a whole new character aspect I have to go over now. So
Yeah, you can no longer post with Rhodes looking at his belt thinking this is the end.
no, never. It's always gonna look like it's gonna be shocking when Cody loses.
A year and 2 months coming up.
Wow, it's a long time.
Is our business done here? Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that. And we can talk again after Collision and Fusion. I
All
will
right, sounds good.
post this in the out character thread, get people's reactions, see if they want to hear more. And who knows, we could have special guests. But until then, Chris, sign off for us, please.
Later, guys.
Thank you. Goodbye.